Hey, this is RayVeal.js, and today I wanted to talk to you about a project that I've been working on. It's called RayVeal.js, and it's essentially a copy of the reveal.js framework that makes it easier to create slides using Markdown. And you essentially create all of the slides in a standalone docs folder. So if we go into the GitHub repo, you'll notice that there is a docs folder. And in that folder, there is an index.html. This is actually the presentation. If you click on the slides folder, you'll see that this demo right here is the file that reveal.js loads by default. So if I click on that, you're going to see sort of a preview of the Markdown. If I click on this pencil, I can edit that. So let me show you how easy it is to create a slide. So if I come over to the RayVeal repo, and I'm in a GitHub account, I can actually fork this repo and create my own copy of that repo. The next thing you want to do is set up your fork to actually publish to the web. So you can do that by going to the settings menu right here. And then you want to scroll down to where it says GitHub Pages. You want to choose from this pop-up the master branch docs folder, and that will become your website. Then you want to click on choose a theme, and it doesn't really matter what theme you choose here, but once you do that, if you scroll back down here, you can see that your slides are going to be published to this URL. So let me open that in a new tab. And you may need to restart your browser in order to see the slides. So if you see something like this, go ahead and quit your browser and go back to this link. And after a while, you should see this come up. So now that we have our own copy of the slideshow, let me show you how easy it is to update this. First, I'm going to want to go back into my repo. So I'll click right here. And then I want to go ahead and go to the docs folder and also the slides folder. This is where all my slides are. By default, it's going to pick up this demo.md document. So let's go ahead and click on that, and you'll be able to see a preview of your slide presentation in Markdown if they're coming to see what you're doing. So let's go ahead and show you how easy it is to edit this. I'm going to click on this Edit This File button, and I'll just change the name of my slideshow, and I'll go ahead and commit these changes. All right, once I do that, I'm going to switch back into my slides. Once you refresh, you should see the changes in your slideshow. Now, there's a special file in here called index.txt. This has a list of all of the slides that appears in the sidebar. So if we want to, we can go ahead and edit that. We'll commit these changes and go back into our slideshow. And then once we hit the M key, we should see this update. There's one more thing you probably want to update, and that's the toolbar HTML. So we'll go back to reveal.js, look in the docs folder, and look for the index.html file. And then in here, I want to modify this section right here. Let's go ahead and edit this by clicking on this pencil button, but I just want to modify the label. Let's go ahead and save this or commit the changes. And now when we switch back to the presentation, I should be able to see the change there. By default, the slides will also show the demo.md file. So if I want to change that, all I have to do is change this line of code right here and point it to the proper place. Let's say I wanted to change that to a slideshow with the information for the demo I'm giving right now. I'm going to hit the edit button again, and that file is called discovering.md. So I'll change that name and I'll commit the changes. I'll switch back to my presentation, and that should show a new version of the slides.